I'm Cutie Hubie, and it's my great pleasure to introduce you to Little Cutie Town. Oh my god! Oh no, you're destroying everything! Oh my god, you're so big! I didn't realize how big you... Ah! That was our power plant, our nuclear power plant! Totally safe, by the way! Oh no, there goes Cutie Steven! You just stepped on Cutie Steven! You didn't even realize it, because you're so big! You just step on my friends and it doesn't even register to you! Oh no, you just crushed our hospital! We have a state-of-the-art healthcare program here in Little Cutie Town where everyone gets... You've ruined the whole city and all my friends are dead! I'm the only last little cutie alive.
The University of Georgia's win in the college football playoff semifinals was certainly scary. The 42-41 victory was capped off by a wide left field goal attempt by Ohio State to effectively end the game with the UGA victory. There were multiple reasons for this win. A great second half comeback led by fabulous play by Stetson Bennett. An improved second half defense, assisted of course by an injured Marvin Harrison Jr., and perhaps the best timeout call of all time. And while Ohio State fans will complain on end about certain non-calls, some of which may have a slight bit of validity, your Georgia Bulldogs have advanced to the national championship game. Now the Dogs face the TCU Horned Frogs, a team that not many projected to be here at the start of the season, or even before the start of the semifinals game. TCU is a dangerous team. Max Duggan was a Heisman finalist whose legs are as dangerous as his arm, and Quentin Johnston, their #1 wide receiver, could be a first-round pick and has the build of the next Calvin Johnson. I mean, what 6'4" wide receiver could take a drag route to the house by outrunning the entire #2 defense in the country? Furthermore, TCU has a potent rush offense led by Kendre Miller, an easy 1,000-yard rusher. And yet, while he is a game-time decision, the offensive line has proven they can allow any of their running backs to have success. Onto the team aspect, TCU scores more than 40 points a game on average, and just put up a 51 bomb on the second-best defense in the country. They only have one loss, which came in overtime against a top 10 team, Kansas State, which only occurred due to a massive goal line stop and questionable play calling. And yet, TCU is 12.5-point underdogs to your Georgia Bulldogs, which is a massive spread for a championship game. Do I agree with this spread? No, as you could probably tell. I think TCU is extremely underrated, but as you also probably heard, I left out one side of the ball when describing how good of a team TCU is. TCU is allowing 25 points per game before the college semifinal game, and just let up 45 to that semifinal team Michigan, which is not a great offense. Team rankings and aggregate site of stats included their semifinal game to Michigan and has TCU allowing 27.2 points per game. That is 63rd in the country. That is about dead center in the Power 5. Not great for a team that is in the national championship. They rank behind another Texas team, UTEP, which is frankly stunning. But even in this aspect, they are extremely interesting. TCU runs the rare defensive formation of 3-3-5, which includes 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 DBs. This means their pass defense is usually above average as they have a lot of DBs, but their run game is a weak spot as they only have 3 down linemen. Yet TCU tackles so well and gets their safeties and linebackers downhill so easily that the 3 down linemen seem irrelevant and do a great job. However, a common way to combat a 3-3-5 defense is to come out with multiple tight ends. This threatens the run and a mismatch of a bigger tight end against a defensive back on the pass. And this to me is the main reason why the Bulldogs will win this game. I know I haven't talked about the Dogs much, but I also think as a viewer, you know them already. They have been bigger than every other team they have played this year. They have been better. They have a potent run game that then allows for the pass. You know Stetson Bennett, Kenny McIntosh, Dejon Edwards, and Brock Bowers. And it's going to come down to them. TCU hasn't seen good tight ends like Brock Bowers and Darnell Washington all year. Guys who can block and receive. They threaten the run, which is strong against the 3-3-5, and the tight end catch, another weak point of the 3-3-5. If TCU does not adapt, the 3-3-5, which has kept them in a lot of games this year, will be their downfall. So, you may be worried about the UGA defense. I wouldn't. A strong interior D-line and DB group matches with Max Duggan and co. well. There could be some trouble, but I wouldn't expect a 51-point outburst like they had against Michigan. You may be worried about the UGA offense, and that is where your concern should lie, as it will come down to the offense being able to match up against that 3-3-5 and then adjust if TCU adjusts. But no matter how much I talk about TCU, I believe your Georgia Bulldogs are going to repeat. While I don't think it will be a 12.5-point game, I think the Dogs will win. It will come down to a few, or maybe this one aspect of the game. But by midnight tomorrow, the streets of Athens should be packed and partying. And I do want to say, if they don't win, take solace in the victory last year, and the fact that it is not Alabama winning, and that this team did amazing this year. But with guys like Stetson Bennett, Brock Bowers, Darnell Washington, and Dejon Edwards, I think if you're a Dogs fan, you'll be celebrating in 24 hours. This has been Peach State Sports, produced by me, Joseph Copshow. Thanks for watching.